think we're all here. I don't think Evan's coming. I haven't messaged him or anything, but
shoot. That is honestly tragic.
Yeah, I think he said he's sick too.
He's sick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
he cannot catch a break.
Double whammy.
And he's sick. He's being evicted. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening to him.
What's going to be the trifecta? What's the third thing?
Oh, you know.
Get the shits or something. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, I looked that
He'll
up.
get fired too. That'll be pretty bad.
Oh
yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, there's something that could happen worse than being fired.
Yeah. His pet hamster.
Welcome to the podcast.
Squealius Maximus the Third could die.
Squealius Maximus the Third? Why was there two other Squealius Maximuses?
Riley, I said welcome to the podcast. We don't acknowledge the non sequiturs anymore.
That wasn't the non sequitur.
That's true.
I was talking about the hamster.
It is.
This is a non sequitur.
I said welcome to the podcast. Therefore, everything before then was the non sequitur.
Everybody knows my gimmick of the podcast is to not understand the segue or the non sequitur and to bring it up instantly bring it up. That's the whole whole thing I do. What are we doing here, Max? What was this?
What do we call it? The anti sequitur?
Do I need to share this screen? This looks like a disaster.
You don't have to if you don't want to. It's mainly for
you're gonna scream.
I'm gonna scream you.
Holy shit! What's with all those tabs?
That is a lot of tabs, man.
You have
groups.
This is conservative, okay? I deleted like 12 tabs.
Groups
okay,
on tabs.
I was cleaning up.
12 tabs. Like at most, I think I have.
When's the last time you opened the first YouTube tab?
Like 4 months ago.
4 months.
When's the last time you opened the jars for 7 days to die?
What is Trip Flag?
Jar of honey, right here. I don't know.
Jar of honey. Oh my god.
Whenever we
Whenever he was dying from infection, I was like, "Oh, how do I get the honey?"
Framework laptop?
How do I get the honey, man?
No, I want to get one when I'm not poor, though.
Yeah.
And I also just can't just
I just don't have
one for it, but
yeah. Every time I've had a laptop, like I never use it.
Only time I use my laptop is when I'm going to visit my parents, and I don't want to bring my giant desktop. The mobile life, man.
Power move would be to haul
the only thing
the desktop in.
Hey, Mom, where's the empty going for is
I brought my spacey.
I'm running Linux on my laptop. That's all it's got going for it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I figured no time to waste. We should just get right into it.
Max is super excited for this.
I don't have any. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any juicy drama updates this time.
Well, Max, lead us off, Max. Give us the topic of today.
Yeah, the people need to know. We, as discussed at the last episode, we are going to be inventing a world-changing game tonight, and it's going to be called Chess 2.
Name pen pending.
Everyone knows chess, classic game. Patent pending. You heard it here for everything on this podcast. It's patent pending. So if you see it here, it's already patented.
Yeah, we already patented. We didn't want anybody to steal this.
Yeah, that's already all patents have been filed. So don't even check. They're all filed away. You can't outfile us. But yeah, everyone knows chess, classic game, but it's getting kind of stale. Been 1,000 years or whatever it is.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
And it's kind of due for an update. So we're kind of like some of the best in the country chess players, and so we figured it would be up to us to.
Yeah, we thought we'd take on the burden.
This started out as. This project started out as chess DLC, but we just had so many ideas. We figured, might as well make a whole new game.
Yeah, this is Chess 2.0. And have you even seen
name is
pre-alpha?
workshoppable.
Pre-alpha chess was crazy, man.
I like the idea of Giga Chess personally.
Giga Chess.
Oh, that's true. Good title.
Yeah.
You don't want to do like chess squared?
No.
Yeah. Everyone here already kind of got the sneak preview on Monday of all of my little ideas, except for a few that I've worked on today at lunch.
Yeah, Max is what do you call it? Game what's it called? It's when it's balancing. Game design and game balancing, all the ideas that he had, and after seeing some other ideas, he's like, no, mine are definitely going to be the best ideas I've ever made. It's going to be the Max show, basically. He's gonna talk for the hour.
Yeah, you guys are basically here to tell me I'm awesome and my ideas are great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will forego going through most of mine, and we will start by going around and discussing any and all board changes that we're going to make. I know people don't know that people don't know, but on Monday, I'd mentioned that one of my plans was to expand the chessboard to a 10x10. And including my beloved bonus boost tiles, as I call them.
Yeah, that's 36 more tiles.
What if we have a few different board types to choose from? Like you have Chess Classic, which is
Classic. Okay, the 8x8,
boring 8x8. We got Max's 10x10 with the boost squares. But what if there's like a plus sign board for 4-player chess, for example?
Would that be...
I did think it would be cool if you had... Go on.
Would that be like 8, you get the same classic... Like, I think we have to have a standard like back. Like, I think if we're going to say the standard is now 10x10, classic would be the small version of chess 2. So we'd have to have the plus would be you'd have your 10 squares for your side, and then lead into like a middle square pit. I think what would happen is you have a 10x10, and then you would add another 2 section or 3 section for each of the edge for the eye. Or the plus, not the eye.
I was thinking like 3, 4.
3 or 4. I just feel like we want to get you want the action to instantly start. Sorry, Max. Sorry. This is you're the proctor here.
We could also have a 12x12 if you want to play big chess,
mega chess, or giga chess.
Yeah. I feel like there should also be a designated graveyard where all the dead pieces go.
Well, this
brings up an interesting point that I had thought about. Is do we want to officially integrate some of the features of Suicide Chess? Where
you can't just say Suicide Chess and not explain it.
Yeah, well, for the viewers. And for anyone who doesn't remember, one of the core features of Suicide Chess was it was 2 chessboards side by side with 2 pairs of opponents. And when a piece was taken from one board, it would move to the other board. And only after being taken a second time off of that board would it move. And so I had thought, what if there was like a Warzone style almost like miniature off to the side chessboard that dead pieces would go to and then fight there, and so you could split your attention to the dead chess zone or something. There's many options here.
Oh yeah.
The dead chess.
That does open up more possibilities. The dead zone.
I do like Dead Zone. I think it has to be
let's stick with the Dead Zone for now.
I was thinking it probably should be a smaller chessboard, but then I don't know
how you
like 5x5 or something.
But how would you translate?
Maybe like a 6x6.
How would you translate from?
Well, that was something I couldn't figure out. Is how do you decide? Would you have like a standard like starting point, and then if you don't use a turn to move your piece off the starting point, then the next piece that goes in permanently kills that piece.
Let's
maybe you can choose where on any of the bottommost row where the piece goes.
Yeah, I'm imagining this like they can come back from the dead. So this dead zone is like there's a staircase that they have to get to, and now you can either make your move on the main board or the dead zone board. And if the dead zone board, you just move a piece forward, like either one square or actual chess movement. Could be interesting, but then I don't know how. I don't know. I'm just speaking aloud here.
Yeah, no, it's all just brainstorming. No bad ideas.
This does lead to a fun little idea that I had earlier. What about events? Like there's like a wheel that we spin, yeah?
Game of lifestyle.
Yeah, game of lifestyle. And each slot on the wheel has a different event that can come up. It adds a fun, chaotic spice to a totally not chaotic game of chess 2.
Yeah, some RNG in there. That would probably have to be something maybe for the additional boosted versions of chess 2. Got to make sure you have a pure strat.
To me, I feel like we'd want less RNG because chess is all about strategy. You know, it's one of those perfect knowledge games.
Well, Riley, I'd argue that the strategy comes out best when moments of randomness come out to challenge your logic and order. Think about it. If you're caught with your pants down because you rolled the dragon appeared and wiped the entire board event.
You got the plague.
You need to have a level mind and strategic mind to figure out how to make best of a bad situation. Or
but what if you're doing absolutely terrible and you're like, okay, I think I'm finally going to be able to come out of this, and then you roll the drought. And now all the pawns get they starve to death and are dead. I feel like you'd be absolutely boned at that point.
I'd imagine the events would apply. Well, Riley,
what if you
have
absolutely nothing going on in your life and you want a chess game to take 20 hours? That's where Chess the Gulag comes in. Whenever a piece dies, it goes to a second chessboard, and you play another game of chess with all your dead pieces.
That is literally what the dead zone is. That is exactly what the fucking dead zone is. Were you not
No, that's a smaller board. This is whenever a chess piece dies, it gets sent there.
Yeah,
and
Jack
if you
just
capture the opponent's piece, it gets back on your side.
Oh yes, Jack.
What
are you talking about?
Yeah. It's like Call of Duty, basically.
In
the Gulag, if you kill an opponent's piece, it comes back to the main board on your side.
Okay, time out. What the heck is
How
Gulag?
do you keep it from just sending back and forth?
I mean, look, Jack. If you want to rename the dead zone to the Gulag, just say that. You don't need to try and pretend you're making an entirely new concept by calling it the Gulag.
It's now the Gulag.
No, it's different. It's different. You see, Dead Zone is a smaller board. The Gulag is a place where all your pieces go when they die and they fight to come back to life.
I think Jack's onto something.
That's what the Dead Zone is.
It starts as the Dead Zone, but when more pieces arrive, it expands into the Gulag.
Yes.
Yeah, the Gulag, they have to fight each other. The Dead Zone, they're just whatever. And you can only move a piece in the Gulag every 3 turns.
Okay.
You have the option to skip a turn on the main board to move one piece in the Gulag.
The Gulag just sounds like the Dead Zone with extra steps. I'm not gonna lie.
I think let's pan it this way. The Dead Zone, you can't move a piece until enough pieces go into the Dead Zone to expand it into the Gulag. So the Dead Zone is the collection of the dead pieces, but once there's enough pieces in there for a battle royale, it becomes the Gulag, and all bets are off.
It could just be a 1v1, though. It doesn't have to be enough pieces.
You want
King versus king.
Like maybe the strat is
that's-
to lose your queen in the main board right away and send it to the gulag.
And we said that like the dead zone is like there's like a staircase that you go into to escape it.
That was an
If the
option.
staircase is always there, then well, if the proverbial escape route is always there, in the example of there being a staircase, for example, then like, I mean, if you're the only person who lost a piece, that you could just move
bring
the
them
piece
back
up until you get to the stairs, and then the piece is back. I'm just saying, I don't vibe with the gulag. It just sounds like the dead zone is more complicated.
Well, outside of the dead zone or gulag or any expanded secondary boards,
let's get out of a graveyard.
General board.
I added new zones in one of mine. I had a capture the flag special tile. It can appear once every 3 to 5 turns, and the first person to land on it gets a new piece. You know, if they land on it the first turn, it's there. They get like a bishop or a rook. The second turn, it's there. You know, like a knight or anything after turn 3, they just get a pawn.
I got one.
Interesting.
C4. A bomb is placed on every C4 equivalent on the board.
There's only one C4 square.
And you have to avoid. That's why I said every C4 equivalent, numbnuts.
What do you mean equivalent though? What's equivalent? Like the symmetry?
Oh.
Symmetry? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got
okay.
you got the C4 on one corner, and in the other corner you have what would that be? D8, and then you move up from there. You got H7, and then move to the side. You got G3. It would be those 4 spaces because those are the C4 equivalents if you were to like rotate the board.
So that's why I was just wondering what the equivalents were.
Let me explain. I'm trying to finish explaining how the C4 works.
Okay. So sorry. Go on. Preach.
I'm trying. Jeez. Anyways, you land on those spaces and you explode. The piece dies. It could be an event. It could be a thing where like it appears after a number of turns. But the point is, there can reach a point where the C4 spaces specifically are bad.
I had another idea for a board. I like the idea of promotion, getting to the other side of the board, but it takes so long to get there. So if we're gonna go with this event style thing, what if we get like random promotion zone on the board? You get like a square or two. You like roll a dice or something. You can't roll a dice if it's the board changes dramatically, but
yeah.
in this
we can have 2 dice.
In this scenario, it'd be 2 d10s.
We can have 2. Yeah, 2 dice, 2 random number generators either works.
That's true. You could do number generators. You can just label all the square underneath. Each square has its own number on it.
Oh boy, I can't wait to spin the D100 to decide which space is going to land on.
Yeah,
you could the dual dice. That's interesting because you could very easily.
Well, you could just roll a D.
Dice to do that.
Yeah, you could add dice to the chess too. Of course, that starts getting into randomness. But if we're going all event style, I think that could be exciting.
But that is a accepted common board game level of randomness dice roll.
That is true, and chess too is the board game.
So are events and spinners.
You could reapply that to Jack's capture the flag tiles.
Yeah.
C4 tiles.
Yeah. I was thinking, these last 3 that we've said could all be in like the event wheel, and then you do the event.
How often is the event wheel spun, do we think?
And probably every 5 to 10 turns would be my guess. I think we'd have to be play tested to really figure out. But to me, 5 turns seems like a good starting point. course, I'm assuming Max will
Yeah, for me, I was
fully
thinking
test
capture
this
the
game
flag
out.
would be.
Because then the event would
thinking-
last for like 5 turns as well, right?
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Because so like the C4, like if you're already on the square of a C4, instant death, but the C4 still is there, kind of making it a blockade kind of thing.
Oh god, we can have a what's the word I'm looking for? The old switcheroo event where the players are forced to swap sides.
That would be so terrible.
Yeah.
By the way, we're having board turn. You are now playing.
Oh, you're winning? Actually, I'm winning.
We're playing your opponents. How am I losing again?
Yeah, you get a debuff called Confusion. You have to spin the board around so you're looking at the opponent's pieces.
Oh,
wow.
I will have to veto that idea, sadly.
That sounds
too painful.
That sounds awful for chess. We're trying to make chess
card
2.
in Uno is like the worst card.
We're trying to make chess 2 fun.
True suicide chess.
We're trying to make fun.
No,
chess
you don't
2.
get their pieces. You're just looking at theirs, and you have to look across the board at yours.
Yeah, see, that's just unnecessary.
It's making it hard for harder's sake, though.
Yeah. That's we're trying to make the game. We're trying to
fun
add
ideas, fun ideas, but
there are no bad ideas, Jack. But so far, you've came up with the Gulag and reverse board site, and they haven't been
board inversion.
Yeah. Like Riley was saying, there are no bad ideas, but you came up with a pretty asinine idea, and an idea which is just dead zone with another coat of paint.
It's okay. There'll be more opportunities.
Yeah.
Should we start moving into pieces?
You haven't even talked about your boosts yet.
I'm very curious to see.
Did you want to mention any
boost
tiles that you were thinking about?
If the boost tiles, I liked the idea of having a reason not only to go to the center of the board, but to actually try and fight for the center of the board.
Yeah.
So the boost tiles are these little highlighted squares here. And any piece that is on a boost tile, its next turn, basically, when a piece goes onto the boost square, the move that it makes out of the boost square, it can move as a queen.
And we've decided that these are permanent boosts? Or is this going to be like an event style?
Not permanent, just for that move.
I mean, like the boosts
you
stay on the board. Sorry, that's what I meant. The board
these
has
tiles
permanent
are always
boosts.
there.
And we're just saying that is going to happen no matter what. It's not going to be event style. It's going to be these boosts are on the board.
In this idea, yes, the tiles are just always boost squares. I tried to make the board as static as I could, and they're placed in such a way that when you're on the boost square, you cannot touch with any piece the other boost square. So that initially all 4 center tiles were boost squares, but essentially when any piece would get there, you could just instantly kill and hold the boost squares forever with like a single pawn.
That is well.
And happy accident, I realized on Monday night that the pawn and fool pieces, the fool piece that I came up with, spoiler alert for the podcast, not for you guys though, is if you arrange an alternating fool pawn pattern, you are not able to use your pawns on the boost squares. And so you couldn't just, in 2 moves, move a pawn up to a boost square and then boom, just start raking the coals with a queen, essentially. And kind of pin the board.
That does remind me, like, trying to figure out how we're going to arrange the pieces on this board. Like, do we have a set number of what we get to choose from, and we get to choose which pieces specifically we want, or like
well, that's going to be part of the
decide that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean,
on a related
I'll have
note,
to make the ultimate decision and kind of try and balance it and see how it plays. But we will make a list of all the pieces, and then we'll kind of whittle down, like, which ones do we not like, which ones do we definitely like.
Yeah.
So whenever we're ready to move to pieces,
on a related note, for board stuff, what about a shop? I don't know how we'd incorporate this, how we'd be getting the currency.
In the middle of war, I will now go to the mercenaries and buy the mercenary piece. He now attacks the people from the back.
Roguelike chess.
Yeah, kind of. Like you got a shop, and you can go there to buy, like, I don't know what you'd buy for this. Maybe there's a rule set where you can buy the funny special pieces. Like maybe there's a rule set where you start out with the basic bitch pieces, but you go to the shop and then you can buy the special pieces there. That could be a rule set.
But what do you mean, like, you go to the shop? Like, the shop is just, like, on wheels across the board? Like, you go to the shop tile?
Yeah. Utilize, when people say, like, oh, how many points you've taken, you could, like, maybe spend, like, when you take the opponent's pieces, you can spend that currency.
You can use the soul of the taken and buy other pieces for your side. One pawn is
each
10
piece
points.
has like a value, like a pawn would be 1, like maybe the knight would be 2, the bishop 3.
Chess pieces already have, like, assigned, like, point values, I guess you could say, in chess 1. Yeah. Where pawn is 1, I think knight and bishop are 3, rooks are 5, queens are 8, and kings are infinite, because you lose if you...
Not with the fool.
The fool is worth -1.
Yep. Fools are free.
I feel like we can come back to some of those ideas. I feel like we should get to the pieces. I think that'll help us figure out how we want the board to change.
Yeah, this one is very, very dependent on, because if we did decide to go with it, we'd have to assign values to everything. And
wow, you haven't assigned values to your pieces yet, Max? What are you doing?
All right. Well, I got
also,
some.
Don't mind my triple failure to spell pieces. Don't worry about it.
I did notice it, and I was judging you, but internally. And now I externally am judging you.
All right,
well, that's okay. I learned how to spell business at 23, so.
So, this piece is the Jester.
Okay.
I'm glad we all went with Jester as the name of a piece.
I'll separate it by name.
I had to swap mine that I had named Jester. It was great.
I haven't quite figured out how it works, but you guys can see, like, the little grid I got going on here, right?
Gosh, I gotta figure out how to. Just a moment. Oh gosh, disaster has happened. Yeah, yep, I see the grid. I was trying to view.
You're not streaming all this, are you?
No, right. It's not on the thing. I could show it, but Max, you're like, oh, you don't need to show this.
Right, so say the Jester is here.
Okay.
I'm thinking. Yep. I'm thinking he kind of needs to move in, like, kind of. Oh, I had 2 ideas for the Jester. One is that he just kind of moves in a bit of a weird way. Similar to the knight, he moves kind of weird like them. Except instead of going up to the side 1, he'd go, like, up 3 to the side 2, right?
That's up 5.
Yeah, you went up. No, you went up 4. Your diagram here, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 above. Yeah. You don't count the square you're on, and then you're 2 over.
Yeah, I'm not counting the square I'm on.
What? Yeah. Are we looking at the same squares?
I said I'm not counting the square I'm on. I agreed with you.
Okay.
Point is, one idea is the Jester kind of moves weird, but another idea is the Jester can, like, kind of replicate other pieces.
Like he can move based off a piece that's adjacent to it?
Yeah. So say you got the queen here. Now the Jester can move like a queen.
Oh, I do like that idea. Okay.
Or if he's not near a piece.
Well, then he moves his weird shape. It's 3 up, 2 over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Expanded horse.
Yeah, basically an expanded horse.
He might get soft locked into a corner, but,
Yeah.
but that's the best Jester move I could think.
Hilarious, as the Jester intended.
If you want to move weird, you can have him move like kind of like he skips squares. Like he can move to the one in front of him, but not the one behind that. But he can move 3 away, but not 4. But he can move 5 away.
You'd have to have the Jester notebook just sitting next to you. It's like, how does the Jester move?
And there is a way to simplify that. You could have just
3 or 5
you could just have him. You could just have him like skip over squares like this.
That's what I mean. Every other square he skips.
But only vertically?
What if you use the Fibonacci sequence based on the tile location?
Fibonacci sequence. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Well, he can
7.
move as far as he wants, but he skips every other square.
That would be terrible, Max. I do not. If we have vetoes, Fibonacci sequence, the spiral is what you're going for. Not a.
You could say I'm just fibbing.
Oh, you'd have to have your little Fibonacci, little what's it called?
Booklet.
Protractor thing, just. Like overlay, so you're just like, okay, the Jester can move in any of these squares.
The Jester moves in approximately this pattern.
He just spirals. It's like, oh my gosh!
You could design like some little markers on the board to indicate where the Jester could move.
But you'd have to do that for every time the Jester moves. For each Jester, it would be a disaster.
I kind of like the idea of the Jester just kind of skips over 1 or 2 squares as like a standard movement. So like any pieces in like the skip zone, I'm going to move it down here for an example. So like say you got like a dumb little pawn here. Okay. Because the pawn's right in front of the Jester and the Jester has to skip at least 1 square, then the pawn is safe. But if there was a pawn here, he's dead.
Okay.
Same goes for if there was a pawn here.
So he can go 2
and the Jester decided to move 2 ahead. On a standard movement, he can skip up to 2 squares, but no more than that. So the max amount he can move is 3.
And it's only like the vertical, like only forward direction. Can he move backwards? Can he move left to right?
We can decide that like now, like, while we're discussing.
Also, are we still keeping the mimic ability? Because I really like the mimic ability. Does he get?
Yeah. We're still keeping the mimic ability. This is just whenever the Jester is like alone,
and he can only mimic friendly pieces, right? He can't just be like, oh, now I'm by my opponent's knight, so now I'm going to move as a knight.
He cannot mimic friendly pieces. No. No.
He only mimics friendly pieces that are adjacent to him. But his standard moveset is he can go forward. I feel like we could probably do this. He could go like he skips the 1, but he could move left or right 1. And that's his 1 movement. Is he'd go left or right 1, otherwise he'd go forward 2 or 3.
I was thinking he can move infinitely on the X and Y axis, but he has to land on odd squares. He has to land on odd squares.
Yeah.
No.
So you just every other square.
That's because to me, I'm imagining him as a pawn if he's by himself. Like he's a funny pawn by himself, but you want to get him to a square that's adjacent to like a friendly piece so that you get the moveset.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to have some limitation on the moveset to make him interesting so that you go.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like especially if you want to give him the mimic ability, you have to balance out his standard movement because you can't have him be cracked just on base and then give him the ability to copy other pieces on top.
Because move 1 would be go to queen, and then move 2 would be just basically a free queen. free queen move to attack the opponent.
Do we want to keep his kind of horse move ability, or just simplify it to be?
I think we're getting rid of the horse
either
move.
2 or 3 squares forwards in a straight line.
Get rid of the horse ability. The jumpy. We call him a Jack, since I know. No, I'm keeping the Jester because I went first. Jack can name his Jester piece Jack.
He's the Jack.
The Jack.
And he can jump over the piece, right? He jumps over the first one. Yeah. So that's your horse kind of. That's your horse ability, is he can jump over pieces.
Yeah, he's like the horse if the horse knew how to go straight forward.
Yeah. But what about backwards? Do we want similar backwards movement?
I just assumed it was universal, just in a straight line. Yeah. Forward, back, left, or right.
Are we saying it that way? Because I was thinking limiting his left right, but
how do we factor in diagonals? Do we say he can move like maybe one?
I was thinking no diagonal. I was thinking he has to get next. He has to get next to the piece that moves diagonal if he wants to move diagonal.
No, that's fair. You do make a good point.
It also is a limitation. So if you're adjacent to a bishop who happens to be in the top, because I'm assuming we're meaning adjacent to just be within one square.
Yeah.
So if you had a bishop in the top right of your adjacency, you could copy his moveset, but it would mean that you could only move. You couldn't move in that direction because you couldn't skip over him.
Yeah,
because it kind of limits it depending.
Yeah, because you can't you mimic the copy, so you can't just jump over. Yeah.
Yeah, if you mimic the horse, you could jump.
Correct.
Yeah,
but you couldn't mimic. Yeah, so it kind of has a little bit of self-limiting in it.
Yeah. Do we say that the Jester is forced to copy a piece that's next to it, or does it have the choice to do its normal Jester movement?
Well, at the beginning, he would always, whatever piece he's next to, he would always have to do that. I feel like he can do the option, which makes it a lot more strategic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm assuming it's user chooses which to copy if multiple are nearby.
Yeah.
The Jester, I feel like, is going to be one of those crazy pieces, just out of the blues, like, oh shoot!
Yeah, he really is. He really is a funny pawn.
We're doing the pawn push with the Jester.
Win the game by making the Jester copy.
Here's the ultimate Jester move. It's called the Ha Passant.
The Ha Passant.
Alrighty. Good first piece. Riley, you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go with my strongest piece. I don't have any pictures or anything. I only wrote this down on my phone. So I thought of a grand piece, a very amazing medieval piece. Think castles, but think about attacking castles. That's right, the catapult, everybody. I want to have a catapult piece that is like slow moving. Shoot, where's my catapult? It's slow moving, so it can only move, like, I feel like, oh, did I write this? Oh, I wrote 2 squares in any direction is how I was thinking. But it's it can't capture pieces itself. What it does is whatever piece is behind it, it can chuck that piece forward like 2 to 4 squares. And then that's how it captures it, by moving somebody else forward.
Ooh, I like that one.
Do we? So we'll say, does the piece have to be directly behind it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the limitation.
And then is it?
Because it's whatever direction. Like behind, I guess, is subjective. Like, what if the enemy's now behind you? So it's wherever direction. Like from. Like if
it throws it, if you draw a line, whatever. How do I said that for one of my pieces. How did I write it?
Yeah, if I drew a picture, it'd make more sense. But I don't want to draw paint, so
no, I totally get what you're doing.
So here we go. Just hold on like a tile here. So on like like on you're moving very quickly here, Max. On like A1, say there's a piece, and say there's a pawn there. On B1 is the catapult. You can swing the pawn on A1 to like D1 to F1.
Okay. If the catapult's here, it'll swing it in this direction.
I wasn't even thinking diagonals, but yes, that yeah. I wasn't thinking diagonals, but we could do diagonals.
It that way if the piece it has to shoot it in a straight line.
Yeah, correct. I like the diagonal. I didn't even think about that. But I was like, oh man, catapult would be interesting because it might start in the back, so you'd have to get it to the front, and then you could start flinging like pawns at the opponent. He's like, oh, go get him, guys.
And what was the range you said?
I think 2 to 4 is what I was thinking, but of course playtesting is definitely needed. I just didn't think one square in front would be absolutely boring for a catapult.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Are you leaving it open-ended, like you choose how many, or are you going to set like it has to throw it 3 tiles? I
was going to leave it open-ending, but if it's better to be like exactly 3 tiles every time, it could. Again, play tested and see. My idea was you can the
science will tell.
The us. Science, like some there's like the
intuitively, I do like limiting, like setting. This piece always does this. This piece always does this.
Sure.
But yeah, we can keep it open for now. We can always restrict it.
My logic is like if it's a catapult, you can't easily
change the trajectory.
Yeah, you can't easily change the trajectory on that. So I feel like having a set number.
Okay, put in like brackets or parentheses exactly 3, and whichever one we like better in playtesting, that will be the decision.
Yeah.
Personally, and again, this can all be workshops. Personally, I do believe 2 square movement is a bit OP.
You think 2 squares is like I was thinking expanded board would be a bit crazy.
True, but you are throwing it up to 4 tiles.
Up to 4 tiles. So you're thinking you should move it down to king size?
I think it's almost queen already.
Yeah, again, that's fair. All be workshop. That's fair. Not my piece, but my
idea was it can't capture pieces itself. It can't jump over pieces, and if it starts in the back, it needs to somehow get to the front. So you'd have to unblockade it from the pieces in front of it. So that's why I was thinking 2, but I guess if you do diagonal, then move it 2. So maybe 1 square could be good, or we could limit, say, no diagonal. Could be no diagonal movement. I'm the ideas, man. I didn't get the chessboard out, and I didn't start seeing how it'd work on a normal chessboard, because this is chess 2, baby.
Yeah, chess 2.
Okay. Is that all for the catapult?
Let me see. Yeah, it's what I have written.
All right, Jack, what do you got?
Well, I'll go with my first one, called the Torturer.
Oh,
he lands next to an opponent's piece, like in a 1x1 radius. That piece is forced to move next turn, and they cannot attack it that turn.
Oh man. Okay,
so the only way someone can attack it is if it's further than 1 square away. And you can move 1 or 2 blocks or 1 or 2 squares in any direction.
So what if the torture moves into like a square by 2 opponent pieces? Do you get to decide?
Have to move. They can move. They can decide which one to move, but they have to move them both away eventually.
They have to move both. So next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they still have to move the other one away.
It's basically if an opponent's piece is in range of the torture, the opponent must move away. Like you can't have any pieces by the torture.
It's like being in check almost, but with a regular piece.
What if the torture blockades the movement of the piece? Like a pawn.
I was thinking, like a torturer would, make them feared or scare them. So they'd have to like move away. Or like an opponent can kill it from more than one square away with a different piece.
Okay, so
Riley, I'd imagine that if the torturer winds up putting a piece in a position where like it can't move, like you said, if it blocks a pawn's path, then like I feel like the torturer probably just kills it.
Oh, it just so pieces die. Maybe do you want it to be?
Well, maybe not that turn, but like if it can only move like one space at a time, then like maybe it can only kill pieces that are right next to it. Right?
And maybe this is
more than one piece.
Like if this is a fear ability, if the torture is just within the one tile square of the piece for more than 2 turns, that piece is forfeits its life. So I don't know, like it's not like you must move it, but then it could be like if you don't move it, they're donezo in like 2 turns.
I kind of like the
must move.
Yeah. I kind of like the twist your arm.
Okay.
A bit.
Yeah, that is really good.
I'm having struggling times on the pawn moves forward 1, he's still in range.
It must move, but if it can't move, the torturer can just move 1 square and kill it.
Yeah,
okay, so the torture. Okay, I gotcha. So
you
torture
get an
can
extra
take
move if it can't move.
All right. Well, I got the grid on my screen. Let me put it out. So
just drop the grid here.
So say this is the torturer, and he can only move 1 space in any direction, right? You got a knight here, and you got a say I don't know a bishop here, right? You could choose to you can only move one of these pieces if the torturer is wedged right between them. So say you choose to move the bishop.
The bishop.
Right? Yeah. Then the torturer can just
he could take he could take the knight, but if he doesn't take the knight, then the knight has to move next must move next turn.
Yeah.
Well, it could be. It's almost like crap. What does it remind me of? It's basically a forking piece. So if you put more than 1 piece next to it, you have to basically continually move those pieces out of the way or have them killed by the torturer.
Or a different piece could kill it. Like it can't be killed by a piece right next to it, but if they're 2 blocks away, then that piece.
If there's a queen here, then it can fucking annihilate it.
Okay, next scenario. What if you have your 2 pieces here? The bishop moves out of the torturer's range, but now puts... Or no, wait. Yeah, so you move the bishop out of the way. Then the other opponent decides to put the person that has the torture moves a piece to put the king in check, the opponent's king in check. Now the knight's still by the torturer. Right. Does that mean he still has to move the knight and loses the game instantly?
But imagine in that situation...
No, if the king was what I'm saying is you had the 2 pieces there.
I'd say the king takes priority still.
Okay.
You could just say whatever the highest value piece is has to move if there's more than 1.
Yeah,
the king must survive.
Check is a hardwired thing in the game. I feel we can't change it.
I didn't know how OP. I know the torturer is slow moving, so if you put the piece into fork mode and then the opponent moves 1 piece and you're like, okay, now my queen goes for the check on him while the knight is still in torturer range. Does that mean now I'm doomed because now I'm in check and knight has been tortured?
Yeah. I feel like we could also have another fun rule where the only piece that is immune to the torturer's I'm scaring you mechanic is the king. So you don't want to try to lock the king with the torturer because the king is the only piece that can actually kill it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, if the torturer can take a piece by moving, that means, again, that just any piece that isn't able to move out of the way, for example, if 2 pieces are being tortured and one moves out of the way, then the torturer can just move a tile on its next turn to take the other piece. It's basically, moving as if it's a king, but it's always scaring away pieces. And if you can't move all the pieces at once, you can just kind of take it. Yeah, we'd have to see how overpowered it ends up being if you got it into like a big group of pieces.
To me, like pieces are like early game, middle game, end game. This is an end game piece because he's gonna be he has no movement unless you catapult him to the edge of the world. Boom.
Yeah, but again, that adds strategy where you want you have to be wary of pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not necessarily bad, but we would definitely need to see if it ends up being overpowered.
Yeah.
Okay, Max. Unless Jack, you have more on the torturer there.
Nope.
Max, give us your piece here. You've talked about the fool a lot. Like the podcast people want to know.
Well, yeah.
Do you want me to rapid fire, or do you want me to just do one at a time? Because I do have like 17 pages.
Well, we're heading up to almost an hour, and we all have a lot more pieces to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
you have a number.
So this will be the max
mine
intermission.
are fairly. Yeah, my pieces are fairly. Some of them are pretty simple, and they're pretty like finished. Like the moves are kind of set, and their abilities are set, so I can just rattle them off quick.
Go for it.
All right.
Because I'm not counting mine on this sheet. This is basically for your guys' stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
So, moat, it doesn't take a piece, but it switches places with it. You can basically use that to stick enemies' pieces where they don't want them to be.
And that's 2 tiles away, or 1 to 2.
1 to 2. It has a 2 tile moving in any direction limit, and just anything within its move limit it can teleport.
But does it have to teleport?
An emote doesn't directly kill anything, right?
Nope, the moat, it just trades places. So basically anything within 2 tiles in any direction, not the horse offset tiles, but any piece that it can quote unquote take, it just trades places with it.
And it can still be captured like any other piece, right?
Oh yeah, yep. It doesn't have any special
just swaps into danger and just gets a womp song.
Yeah. My jester it's pretty basic. It's just a bishop, but you can use one of your turns to switch its color. That's all there is to it. Mime is one of the more complex. If you take a piece and that piece can take another piece of your opponent, then you have to do so.
Okay.
So, for example,
this is like forced jumps in checkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's set in such a way so that you have to be careful where if that that will just immediately put the mime in a position where a pawn kills it, you maybe don't want to do that because the mime is powerful. So in this instance, the mime takes the knight is in a position to take its own pawn, and so you have to do that, and then poof, the mime.
And does that work with check? Like, can you take a king with mime ability? Like, do you have to say check if you're like the knight's away?
I think if you let a mime get to your king, you just lose.
If you lose to a mime, you're just an idiot.
Idiot. I mean, you do win because it copies the king, and the king is your piece, and so you copy.
Well, I mean, pretend B1 there instead of a pawn was the king. You mimed the knight to take the king. Is that allowed?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, it would be.
So would you have to say check in this scenario if it was your opponent? Like you moved the mime there. Now it's check on the opponent due to mime.
Yes.
Jesus, gosh.
I would say so.
Gosh,
again, the mime is very powerful, but
that'd be a bit rough to keep track. You're like, I think that's checked by mime.
I feel like mime is another one of them end game pieces.
What's
its move?
Moves two in a straight move.
Oh, 2. Okay. Not horrendous then.
It's like the moat minus the diagonals.
Yep. And it's only 2 so that you can technically like moat pieces that otherwise would just take you instantly.
Yeah.
What's this one? Castler is a piece that only moves 1 square forward or backwards, and it doesn't have any innate sideways abilities. But if a piece is, in my mind, that's 3 tiles to the side. But I guess if you don't count that one, 2 tiles over, it can castle it.
No, that's 3
That's the
squares.
standard castling distance.
Yeah, from C4 to C1.
So you got to castle the catapult.
Yes, castle the catapult and then catapult yourself over. That's castler. Gate, I wasn't quite so happy with, but it moves the same as a knight, and then actually almost identical to Riley's catapult, which is why I knew what he was saying.
Oh, yeah.
It moves pieces to the opposing, that's how I said it, the opposing tile. It moves pieces, just to the immediate other side of the opposing tile. So you basically use it to jump over.
Okay. So it's like an invisible square, kind of.
In a way, yeah. That's gate.
And I feel like we could modify gate into like an event tile.
True.
That could be something.
I initially also tried to make it so that you couldn't take it from head on, and you had to take it either diagonally or sideways, but it got too complicated.
You had to get the torchbearer to light the gate on fire.
If it's being tortured and there happens to be a queen nearby, it actually turns into a second king. Seeker, super basic. It's just a slight modification of the knight moveset. It just moves down 2 over 2. That's all it does. This one I don't like, but I'll mention it. It's the tinderbox, which is if a piece takes it, that piece dies.
Again, could be the C4.
That's just C4.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan because it basically means if you're out of pawns, you don't want to take it, and so you could just waltz this thing right up to any piece, and you're kind of just out of luck. So I wasn't a fan of it, but that's the tinderbox.
It's a little
OP. Personally, my favorite piece is the Fool. It has the inverse move of the pawn, so it moves 1 tile diagonally. On your first turn, just like the pawn, it can move 2 tiles diagonally, and it can only take forwards. And then an additional side idea for it is if you get a Fool to the other side of the board, it gets a brain put in it, and then it counts as an additional king. And then the opponent has to kill your your opponent has to either then kill your original king and check the Fool, or kill the Fool and then checkmate the king.
Ooh, that's fun. That is
fun. That's the Fool. And
We
you only get
Fool.
1 brain, so you can't get more than 1 fooled king.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
I really like the Fool. That's my favorite. Not to pull executive power, but I really like
the Fool is in.
Yeah, the Fool
is in, baby.
I like the Fool.
We all like the Fool.
Bastion, I played around a little bit with
Bastion? What?
Spawning.
This feels like a new piece. I don't think I've heard of the Bastion.
It is a new piece. These are new. Ending at the Fool, these are new pieces.
Okay.
Of course, the podcast, they have no idea. They're idiots. They don't know what's going on. No, it's okay. I love you. You're all so beautiful. I love you.
You guys weren't in our private call on Monday? What is wrong with you
Where
guys?
were you? Guess you don't even care.
It was open invite and nobody showed up.
So this, when you take an opponent's piece, you can spawn either a pawn or a Fool directly behind it.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's all it does.
And it takes what's its moveset?
It moves the same as a rook. Again, it's potentially very overpowered because you could just rook it to the other side of the board.
Yeah, so this could be like a powered up rook.
Yeah, that was kind of the thought behind it. It's
Super
a boosted rook.
Yeah, if there's handicap mode, so you get boosted normal pieces.
True.
Your rooks are normal. Your rooks are now bastions.
That's all that one does. What's this one? The morale. It moves 1 tile in a straight line only, so it has a very small move set. But if a pawn or a Fool is directly to the left or the right, then it gets +2 move to its attack and range.
All right.
It's kind of similar to Cameron's piece, actually. His gesture. but it's
So we got
dependent.
on the Fool and the Jester.
Yeah, and so this one it's tied. It has to be a pawn or a fool, and that was kind of to make those pieces more valuable, and because I wanted. A piece
Well,
that did
pawns
that,
are
and I
very
knew they would
valuable
make
already. Super valuable.
That's true. What was this one? Oh yeah, the priest. I made this one today at lunch, so I was kind of slopping it together because I wanted one more piece.
It's like, I need one more.
But anything within a 2-tile ring, if it's taken, it's a completely passive piece. It can't take any pieces.
Right.
But any piece within a 2-tile ring of it, if it gets taken, the priest will take its place and teleport it to where the priest was. It swaps places to save it.
Oh. And is that like
so you can have the priest next to your queen
or your king.
Oh
so
yeah.
to Riley, if you mimed my king, but I had my priest in the right spot, I would then sacrifice my priest.
If the sacrifice, you could sacrifice. You don't have to. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. Like if you don't want to save
but
that
in
pawn,
the event of the king, you're gonna have to.
Yeah,
but,
that would be a forced sacrifice.
Yeah, I said priest king.
So,
with the mime has to do that moveset.
So with the Fool, the King, and the Priest, there are potentially 3 kings, theoretically.
In a way, yes.
All right.
I have so many
I
kings.
think that was the last piece. Yeah, that was the last piece I came up with.
Okay, I do like the priest. That's
Sweet.
an interesting idea.
The priest is a
it
fun
has to
one.
be too. If it's only one
I
away,
like
What's its normal movement though? Does it move into those squares naturally?
Oh, I forgot to even say what it did. I don't know what its move is.
King
I'd imagine,
style movement?
I'd imagine it can move like 2 tiles in a queen fashion.
Okay, omnidirectional 2 tiles.
Yeah, I feel like allowing it omnidirectional movement is fair since it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't take pieces. That's fair.
True.
Yeah, I think that's. I think two squares omnidirectional works.
Right.
I'm gonna go add that to my document quick. Give me a second.
All right.
Yeah, the document is wrong. Out of date already. Hate to see it.
Yep, it's already flopped.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna move on to my next pieces. This guy right here is called the Wall, and
that's what originally the name was for the gate when you couldn't take it from the front. It was called the Wall.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to the gate. So the Wall doesn't attack any pieces either. This can be an event thing, whatever the case. So like, say you got the Wall right here, and you got your you got your king here
right next to it.
But there's a bad guy rook right over here. He wants to kill your king.
To the right, yeah.
Yeah. So what do? Well, what the Wall does is anything within this 3-tile barrier of it cannot breach the Wall. So the Wall just blocks anything in this region. Pretty much.
Even like knights, they can't jump over the wall.
Nope.
Wall's too
knights
tall.
Can't jump over. Even if you got a no, we can decide this now. Does the Jester have wall jumping powers or not?
I think in my opinion, any piece that can jump should be able to, and then that's a reason to try and move those over to the gate.
Because there's not too many jumping pieces. We got the knight, the Jester. Yeah. Technically, the catapult.
The catapult.
Yeah, actually, that's true. The catapult could. And then
the catapult is a hard counter for the Wall.
Which is what the catapult is for.
I mean, I would have done a trebuchet, but whatever.
Yeah. The catapult sounded way better than trebuchet.
It does. It's way better.
You may have also noticed these like little flaps at the side. Those are basically to indicate like which direction the wall is facing.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
you have to decide at the end of your turn. Okay.
Yeah. So like these flaps indicate like which direction the wall is stretching.
Okay.
Pretty much.
And it only goes 1 tile like above and below, or one to the left and right.
Yeah.
And it can't be captured then if it's unless like something jumps onto it. Is that what we're also saying with the wall here?
Yeah, how do you take it?
Yeah, I'd say if you have a jumping piece that can capture it by jumping onto it, or if a trebuchet can throw a piece directly onto the space where the wall is at, then that would capture the wall. But like a rook can't smash through it.
Can't go into
a rook can't smash through it. A bishop can't smash through it. A queen can't smash through it.
Another wall.
Even a pawn can't smash through it. Not even a fool can smash through it. But if you got a funny knight here, then
the knight could come in.
The wall is smashed, and now the king is exposed.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the natural movement of the wall?
Well, the wall can't directly take pieces, so I was thinking...
Two omnidirectional again?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, anywhere between 1 to 3. I don't know how broken this would be. I'm thinking 1 or 2, probably, since it is basically a 3-wide piece. Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, but you do have to decide the orientation. It's not like an L shape.
Yeah, you do have to...
Do you have to decide at the start of the game, or just when you're moving?
I think you at the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, you have to have the orientation how you want it. It's like when you let go of the piece. Yeah. Like no.
Yeah. So say you have the wall like this. This is how it would be at the start.
Sure, horizontal
of the game.
here,
and then you move the wall up here.
2 squares up
then.
Forward, yeah.
Then you have the option to decide if you want to tilt it and have the wall like this, or if you want it to stay like this.
Yeah. And if you want to change your orientation, do you have to move? Like, can you do like 0 movement here and then just like...
I would say it takes a turn.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, for your turn is the option, like, because you said like up to 2 movements. Can we say 0 movement, but you can rotate you change the orientation to blockade it, and that is your move. So it's like 0 to 2 movement, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you can have a 0 movement with the wall.
Okay. But in the 0 movement case, you would have to rotate, like you'd have to change orientation. Otherwise, you're not moving.
Is this queen moveset, or what's the...
Yeah, omnidirectional.
I was
queen movement.
Queen, yeah.
Two directional.
Because it can't take pieces itself. It's omnidirectional.
It's one of those blockades.
Yeah. And this guy is the archer. I'm not gonna lie. I directly
ripped him from
this one. I directly I directly ripped it straight from Passant. I'm not gonna lie about that. The way I think this guy works is he's omnidirectional, but only in like 1 or 2 squares.
Yeah, 2 squares.
But
I think he does only diagonals. Actually, I don't think he does horizontal.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of a different piece. But whatever the case, he has a secondary ability where he can snipe a projectile diagonally like a bishop, except he doesn't need to move, so he stays in his spot while he shoots towards whatever piece like happens to be here, for example. But that's the wrong space. You get it.
Yeah, I think again, if you're going full off Passant, which this could be inspired by, I think he could only like shoot 2 squares. I don't think he shot infinitely across the board, but
I don't remember.
He can shoot as far as he can move, but he doesn't have to move to do it.
Yeah. Now, would this counter the wall? Because you're shooting.
No, the wall would block the shot. This isn't a jumping piece.
Okay. That's a good distinguishing factor. You have to jump and land on the wall.
I'd say a jumping piece would be something that can skip over pieces in its way. This guy can't do that.
He just shoots.
Yeah. If there is a wall here that is blocking the arrow, then the arrow gets stuck in the wall, and the archer can't really do anything about that.
He's out of luck.
This guy is one that I like. This is the Necromancer. And this is probably going to be another endgame piece, but basically, the way the Necromancer works is if he takes a piece, he only moves like one space omnidirectionally, but if he takes a piece, that piece becomes yours now. So it's like he doesn't move there, right? But the piece is moved over to your side. So this knight would be yours now.
Can you have only one necromized piece at a time, or can you continuously take with the necromancer?
We can decide that now, because if you aren't careful around the necromancer, you could have a whole ass snowball effect.
That's true.
Of continuous.
The one thing I'm seeing here is the only way the necromancer would be able to take is if somebody puts the piece in his way, right? You'd have to. I guess you could moat swap, but then that would end your turn. I'm just trying to think.
Well, it's the same thing with pawns. People end up getting pieces taken by pawns all the time, and those only move one square.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could have situations where the necromancer winds up being able to take a piece.
Sure.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, which is a good limit. It only moves one square, so it's pretty easy to avoid, especially with a lot of the fast-moving pieces you have. But again, you're stealing a whole piece.
If that's the case, I think we say that it doesn't have a limit then on necromized pieces.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how Max is going to implement this. He might need either a sash or something, because I don't know if you want to make how many you'd have to make two sets of the pieces.
Well, you know what you could do, because every piece is going to have the regular circular base. You could have a little kind of chip of the opposite color that you snap onto the bottom of it.
Ooh.
So you just pick it up off the board, snap. If it's a black pawn, you'd go and then you'd snap a white little kind of poker chip type thing on the bottom of it, and now you can indicate that, yep, that's my piece.
I do like that. That is a fun idea.
I don't want to get too much into the making of it. I'm expecting super great things going forward.
Yes.
This is a.
Well, do we want to let Riley or Jack go?
I think is this your last piece, Cameron? How many?
This isn't my last piece. I do have more pieces, but I can. This will be my last one for now, and then you guys can have a turn with the talking stick. I just want to get to this one because this one's a funny piece, and it's similar. It's similar to. I haven't got a
stop sign.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'll just call it a stop sign for now.
Yeah, it's just stop sign.
Name pending. Yeah.
Yeah, name pending. But this guy is similar to the Torturer, where he'll only move one or two spaces. So we got this guy here. No. He has the same kind of movement as the Torturer, I'd say.
Is that two omnidirectional? Is that what we said for the Torturer?
Torturer is one omnidirectional.
Yeah.
One
omnidirectional.
Okay.
I've just drawn arrows to get the point across. Except any piece caught within the stop sign's domain. So say you got the queen here, instead of being forced to move away from it because they're scared, now they're forced to stay there. They can't move from that spot because of the funny stop sign. Just like the Torturer, the only way to stop the stop sign is if you can attack it from outside of its range. But otherwise, no. Any bad boy pieces caught inside, they're stuck. They can't move.
And hence can't take the stop sign.
Yeah.
Pieces.
But the stop sign can't take pieces itself either. It's a pacifist. It just forces pieces to stay still.
So yeah, it's a less.
With the exception of the king. Again, the king is exempt from the no move rule because the king, he can do whatever he wants, and he could just stomp the stop sign if he wanted to.
So true. That actually, it would pair nicely if you were setting up the board to where you have, like instead of two torturers, you have a torturer, and then its kind of sister mirrored piece is its stop sign.
Yeah. And of course, there's also the option of stop signs just being another event thing. Maybe there can be an event stop sign that can show up, which is impartial.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Interesting.
But yeah, I like the idea of the stop sign being a sister piece.
Yeah, this is a good sister piece.
Yeah.
Jack, you've been quiet. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, you want to go, Jack? You got more pieces on the board?
Sure. Well, I don't have a new. Well, I had new pieces, but I had a necromancer. Cameron did pretty much the exact same I had.
All right.
So I can do a new. Like, what is it called when you can swap your king and your the rook?
Castling move.
Yeah, I have a new mechanic like that.
So you have game mechanics instead of pieces.
Yeah.
This will be on a different page, Max. I've got some abilities too, but I've got a few more pieces that I have. But you go for it, Jack. You tell us the mechanic.
Right, I have a mechanic. Where is it? Yes, the revolt. So if you have all your pawns are still alive, they can throw a revolt and kill their own king and replace one of your pawns with a new king.
I just imagine beginning game. I instantly invoke revolt.
My question is, why would you do that?
Because you can move your king then.
Yeah, you can. If your pawns are all alive, you can teleport your king for the cost of a pawn.
And this is interesting because you're saying
why would you
want
your king in the danger zone? Is what I'm asking.
What if you have a pawn that's outside the danger zone?
Yeah.
Well, where would that pawn? I'm assuming a pawn that is like out of the proverbial danger zone at that point in the game, like.
Well, imagine this. We're having fools and pawns now kind of be frontline board. So we're not going to have like 10 pawns, right? You might now have like four or five pawns or something like that, depending on what else we want to determine what the starting board is. So you might have less pawns, so the revolt mechanic might actually be helpful because you have less pawns out there.
I've just been rolling under the idea that pawns and fools are considered the same thing mechanically.
Personally, I've been considering them the same.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going with here.
And we're saying, I didn't know if we were going to do the same mechanic as the boring chess one, where the front line, like, are we still having only 2 lines, and the front line is pawns and fools, and then the back line is assorted? We never decided that.
Personally, I think that we should, and then if we need more space, we should just make the board bigger.
Yeah.
Well, I was
basically unless you shrink the board, adding a third row adds so many piece slots.
Yeah.
Well, then what you do is you make it longer instead of wider. So instead of being 10 by 10, you maybe make it 12 by 8, and then now you can do 3 slots.
I didn't even consider that.
The problem with
remember we have a lot of pieces that can move pretty fast.
But we also have a lot of pieces that move slow. So.
True, but it's a more strategic. Like, I do like the idea that it's a more open board.
Yeah.
You got more room to kind of build.
It doesn't have to be all pawns either. Like, we can do. I don't know if we can change it to make it.
You could do a set number of pawns. Like,
yeah.
If there's still 6 or more pawns or something like that.
Yeah.
And that might be better. Like maybe like half the pawns or the 2/3 rule. Something like that. Because then you might, like, this isn't going to be a move that you use every game, for sure. Because, like you're saying, Cameron, pawns are... Cost of pawn plus, your design of how your board is lit, like where you've moved your pawns are like all in the front, and it's it's not the best to put your king in the front, but you could, and it'd be an interesting mechanic, because
it is an interesting kind of back pocket strategy.
I was thinking, like, by the time you're in a situation where you would want to move your king wherever a pawn might happen to be, you've probably already lost at least one pawn at that point.
Yeah.
So
it could be like
doesn't even
save
apply.
you from like a turn 4.
Oh, I see. Jack doesn't like the scholar's mate.
He doesn't want to get
so
checkmated.
He wants to say, revolt and move his king. So revolt mechanic might be. Like
I guess in the instance where Riley pulls out a forward play chess move against a chess noob,
which
then I guess it does work there.
It technically wouldn't have worked, because like if all pawns had to be alive, because you take a pawn in that scenario.
It doesn't have to be all pawns. Like we can decide or whatever.
I think if it's like half or more pawns.
I like half. Yeah. I'd probably phrase it as half instead of 5.
Usually when there's a revolt, it's because a lot of people die.
Yeah, the leadership has failed you.
And the king might be more mobile in chess too, because of the.
Here's an idea. What if
the king isn't affected by
to make the revolt even better? What if now the king gets 2 moves when you revolt, but it like only lasts for like 5 turns or something?
Or it could be that you can revolt and then also move the king in the same turn.
That is an idea.
Or it could be like a super revolt where you sacrifice like your king, your queen, rooks, knights, bishops, and all your pawns become those.
And all your pawns become.
So you sacrifice your king, your queen, knights, rooks, bishops, and your pawns turn into those. But I don't see why you would do that.
That would Jack. That's a terrible idea. Sorry,
I was just thinking.
There's no bad ideas.
Like a revolt.
That's just what are you talking about?
I was thinking like more real life though.
Basically, you've swapped all your locations for. You basically moved pieces from where your pawns are.
Yeah.
But your pawns are now dead.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm not a big fan of that one, Jack. I'm glad you're thinking aloud here. I'm glad you're thinking
aloud. Big nah for me.
I hadn't even thought of board wide, just mechanics like that, so that's cool.
I've thought of some.
Well, share them.
Jack, do you want to share a piece, or do we want to see what Riley's mechanic is?
Well, I kind of shared it. Well, I shared it with you guys, but not the podcast.
Yeah.
I had the twins. They're the 2 exact pieces. They can move 2 squares forward, backward, left, or right. And if they land on a piece, they can swap places with either twin.
Oh, yeah.
So even if the twin that lands on it, you can swap it with the other twin that doesn't land on it.
So they can only swap if they take a piece, right?
Well, it doesn't take it; it swaps it.
When you say it swaps it. What are you saying? The secondary.
Well, you choose. You either swap it with the one that lands on it, or the other twin.
Well, so like let's say.
Let me
Cameron's got
use the grid here. Okay. So like say you have one twin here and another twin here.
Yeah.
Do they move? They move 2 straight, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
if you take a pawn that's 2 squares in front of the left twin, what happens to the pawn?
You choose to swap it with either of the twins.
So you can swap the pawn.
The other twin changes places.
Yeah. So the pawn could go here or here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I understand now.
So the twins don't take the piece; they can swap.
Swap with.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So it's the moat, but it's linked with a second one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe
maybe
one twin moves 2 forward, backwards, left, right, and the other one does 2 diagonally.
Yeah,
yeah.
because that would work a bit better. Because I was thinking about it. Now you swap the pawn with your right twin here, and now your left twin is just stuck. Because now the right twin's in front of it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. I vibes. Fun piece.
Let me finish typing this up here. Twin 1, 2,
The twin dragon. Let's see. How many pieces do I have? I have 2 more pieces I'm confident with, and then 2 other pieces that just aren't going to work. So I've got 2 more pieces to announce, and then I've got some abilities and promotion ideas.
And Max, I was thinking you could swap either your piece or the opponent's piece. It didn't have to be just opponents.
Oh.
Okay. It can be any piece.
like you can.
Yeah.
And this isn't a
What do you mean
jumping
by that?
piece. So you can
It
you can, like, if the pawn was yours and you have your twin on like the
So
opponent's
you can
end
use your
zone.
own. You can use it on your own piece.
Correct.
Yeah.
Swap your own piece with a twin.
Could a twin and I guess moat by proxy, could they swap with a wall, do you think? Or is the wall just hardwired to be
I think
no?
probably otherwise you start adding a lot of ifs.
Well, I think the rule on the wall is you have to jump onto it.
Oh, you have to jump too, and these aren't jumping pieces.
These aren't jumping pieces.
Yeah, wall's too
The wall
wall's
is
too
pretty
fat.
stationary. I'm just imagining,
Yeah.
oh, here's
Pretty
my
wally.
moat. Now my moat's inside the wall. Oh gosh.
Whoosh. So yeah, it's basically it's an upgraded moat.
Yeah.
So you're using it on your own piece. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about using it on your own piece, but we'll keep it in there.
Yeah, that could be too OP.
You have to play test it.
Yeah, we'd have to see.
We'd have to see.
You'd have to move your
I do
twin.
like how Cameron can always just instantly come up with like fantastic icons for it. Like you should have circles.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that is how the twins look
Like
now.
all of his doodles, like the flag, and it's like wow, they all just fit perfectly. So good.
Yeah, I tried my best, man. All right. So
I'm gonna need
Riley, you
to
said
add a few continued.
I've got
Riley, you said
2
you
more
have
pieces
a-
here that I want to announce here.
Okay.
We'll see how we like them. So the
Okay.
next confident piece I liked was what I called the crossbowman.
I hate it.
Too many syllables sucks.
Go on.
I had a note that it replaced the bishop but keeps diagonal movement. It doesn't. It's very close to your archer here. It does not capture. Rather, it shoots 1 to 2 squares horizontally, but
Okay.
horizontally or vertically to take the piece. But it can only move diagonally, and it can both move and shoot or just shoot. It ends its turn by shooting.
All right. So
basically.
we can have it be like a sister piece to the archer, where it just has opposite movement, similar to the fool and the pawn.
Yeah, this is kind of a sister piece here. 2
Yeah.
tiles like a queen is incorrect. It moves it shoots horizontally or vertically.
Uses bishop moveset.
It uses the bishop moveset, but it can't shoot diagonally. Is what I was how I envisioned it.
Oh,
All right. So if this is how we're handling it, then the archer can move with a rook's moveset, but shoots like a bishop.
Yeah, if we want asymmetry.
Yeah.
so is this right now, Riley?
Replace-
Uses bishop moveset, shoots 1 to 2 squares in a straight line.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm actually gonna just move. I needed to make some room here. So I'll move this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better to just have them next to each other, I'd say.
So the archer, we originally said queen moveset, but now we'll say rook moveset.
Moveset.
Yeah. Either that, or we can have them both with queen movesets. Either, whichever one.
Well, it does get a little OP since they can kill without moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's like your what was it, the stop sign or the torture, like people have to kind of come towards it, right? Or what was the other one? Necromancer is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, necromancer and stop. You
Okay.
can call it a stop sign quicksand.
Quicksand. but then it has to not look like a stop sign.
Yes, that's true.
We could just keep it as a stop sign because it's funny,
But
if we
still
want
call
to keep
quicksand.
it with if we want to keep it with the medieval theme, we can change it to like paladin or something.
True. Well, we'll workshop the name later.
Yeah.
We'll workshop the
I
name.
just like the
these are
idea
just
of a
concepts.
stop sign that has like a quick sign or quicksand.
Sand. Warning,
Sand like
quicksand.
stop is like sinking into the sand.
The base is a little lumpy to indicate that's a quicksand spot.
You could call it the siren.
Siren.
Wait, hang on. I just realized. I mentioned stop signs being an event space too. That could be quicksand. Those could be quicksand spaces.
Boom! Quicksand event.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Hope you're not in the quicksands. Hope you're not in the quicksand zone because oh boy, you're stuck there for 5 turns.
You're stuck. Oh, that would suck. It's just like, oh, I'm about to win. Oh, oops, quicksand. No.
Oops, your checkmate piece gets quicksanded.
He's got 5 turns.
Oh my gosh, I departed, and that is like the smelliest fart.
Jeez.
Oh my god!
Riley said at a second one.
Yep, and I've got my last one that I was confident in. I was calling it the Legionnaire. My initial idea was replacing a pawn, but it could be a different piece entirely. I noted that it could only move 1 forward, but is able to take from 1 to 2 tiles like from it. So again, this is like a distance attacker, but only in front of it. The design is it'll have like a spear, so I'll have a spear in one hand and then a Roman. If you've ever seen like Roman shields, like a giant rectangular shield on the other arm, and the gimmick with this one is the shield blocks incoming attacks from like the 3 squares, the diagonal, horizontal, and the other diagonal. So it'd have to be attacked from the opposite arm of where the shield is, and the idea is you could also swap the spear and shield around. But
okay, so it's similar. So it's kind of like it's similar to the wall, except it can attack.
yeah, so these to me would be like your middle line. Like you'd have 2 maybe next to each other in the middle, and you would kind of go forward, because the idea is it can only move forward and only attack forward, but it can block some incoming attacks.
What happens if it reaches the other side of the board? Can it move backwards then?
The idea would be it would promote, because it's pawn.
Just promote like every other piece, basically.
It like a pawn promotion into
pawn.
into it, but if that's too overpowered, it can only move 1 forward. It's not very fast.
Yeah.
Right. So it's another pawn adjacent piece.
Yeah.
Not quite fool. It's a step up from pawnmanship.
Yeah, to me these would be like you'd have a max of 2, and you'd probably put them in the center board. Replace center pawns. Is how I imagine them.
They're the pawn leaders. They're the
oh my gosh, you butchered the Legionnaire. I just looked at your spelling of it. What the heck? How did you?
It's not suggesting for me how to spell it.
Okay,
right?
LEGI.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's.
Okay, instantly wrong again. What have we done? It's LEG. I don't know where you got the I. The first the first I needs to go. Get rid of the first I. Okay,
there you
and
go.
now at the end,
right, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Legionnaire.
Oh, I should have. Yeah. See, I can spell Legion, but like Legionnaire, I was like, how the fuck do you spell Legion?
That's okay.
I was just waiting for someone else to point it out.
I knew it was very wrong.
I was reading my piece description off, so I wasn't watching you type, and then I'm like, okay, so it's Legionnaire, and then I look up and I'm like, what is Legionnaire? What is Legionnaire? So those were the 2 pieces that I think were I had 3 pieces I was confident in, and looking at the other ones, Cameron, the wall is a way better one than I had named something the architect that would build something like a wall that your wall is way better than the idea I thought of on that front. And then what was the other one? I had an idea for a chariot, but I didn't know if we wanted like I don't know. It wasn't working out how I wanted it to. This is gonna be like a 1x2 tile. Like this is gonna be a 2-tile square. But maybe that's DLC for later.
Yeah.
True. Chess 3.
Chess 3. Chess 2.5. All the fixes that happened in Chess 2.
Do you got any mechanics?
Yeah, I have mechanics. If you want me to keep going on.
You do a mechanic quick, and then we'll go to Cameron.
Okay. Let me go to my funniest mechanic. Let's mechanic. Had to deal. Yeah. Okay. So this. What would I call it? I'm calling it the Monarch's Ascension. So the idea is, if the queen is in the back row or in a promoting square, and the king is in check, you can now make you can do this move called the Monarch's Ascension, where the queen now becomes the king, and the opponent's next move is to force taking the current king. I thought.
Say that again. You have to start from scratch. So,
okay.
So queen has to be on the
queen
back row?
is in a promoting square, which will normally be back row, and your current king is in check. And then the idea is your queen will now become a king, and the opponent is forced to take your original king.
Okay. Interesting.
So this is to kind of get out of a checkmate scenario. I don't foresee this being used that often. But I was just laughing at myself. I'm like, okay, what if the queen overtakes the king and actually now becomes the king? I don't know, again, since this is similar to Jack's Revolt with kinglyhood, if like your new queen gets like a boosted king movement for like a few turns or
It
something.
seems like it'd be hard to keep track of, though.
Yeah, it would be.
It's very specific, though. So, like...
Yeah, and that's why when I was thinking of, like, board, like, for events, the promotion squares, I had ideas of, like, having a promotion square be around the board. So if a queen is on, like, that promotion square and the king is in dire need of escaping,
Yeah.
you basically have to sack your queen, but you're still in it.
Okay. I got you.
Very nice.
All right.
Yeah,
Back
you go
to me?
for some ideas, Cameron, and I'll look over some of my last ones here.
So this piece I called the Immortal. This guy, he can't kill any pieces. Let me use the grid here. So the Immortal, he has queen movement. He can't kill any pieces, but as his name suggests, he himself also can't be killed. You only get one immortal piece on your board. So this guy is basically a smaller but more mobile wall. While the wall can move only very slowly, this guy can move fast, but he only takes up that one square.
He's kind of a suffocating piece is how I refer it to when the king is
blocker.
Is stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
The can't take it, but can be a blockade. Moves like a queen. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Short, simple, to the point.
And this is where I'm going to start getting to the ones where I haven't entirely figured out what they mean mechanically. These are just fun ideas that I thought of. So this one I'm calling the Scientist or the Alchemist, either one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured out what the gimmick would be. So, guys, got any ideas?
You have the design, but you don't have what it should do.
Yeah.
I have no clue what the Scientist would do either here. Jack, you got any grand ideas for a piece named The
The
Scientist?
scientist is trying to bring about a new age. So if left alone for 10 turns and he's not killed, he invents a new piece called the gun. And what the gun can do is just blow up any other piece.
What does the gun do?
It just kills any other piece.
It's basically the queen, but it can jump over pieces.
Well, well, I do have where is it?
Where's the nuke?
The tactical nuke.
The nuke. Yeah, the tactical nuke, the airstrike, whatever you want to call it.
Catapulting the nuke to you.
This could be the gun.
So the scientist creates the nuke piece after 10 turns.
Yeah, and what the nuke piece does is when you have to go home, because this game takes 20 hours, that's when the nuke goes off.
And then you go into what would you call it? The gondola? The garbly-gogue?
I like Jack's idea of where if this piece is left alone to its own devices, like
I feel like it'd have to be
create
a certain tile length though, because like at the start, you're probably not going to move it. So like maybe like from starting square has to be like 3 squares different or something.
Yeah, because we don't want a mechanic where it's like, all right, I got the nuke now. I drop it on your queen, bitch.
But we're saying it does create the nuke, and what do you get to decide where the nuke gets placed or something, and it goes off in another like few turns?
Yeah. You could even have like a risk and reward factor with the nuke. So like you have the choice of the gun, or you can wait longer and drop the nuke. And the nuke can be used at a greater distance, but it also has a splash zone that can do friendly fire. So anything within the nuke's radius, friendly piece or not, is dead.
And is the scientist then a one and done thing? Like what like they create the thing and then are they out? Or does their timer reset and they're now making a new one?
I'd imagine the timer resets because they have to make another one.
Okay, and the next question would be, can it like take the king with like a nuke or gun? It's like, oh, you're in check, by the way.
I'm gonna nuke the board, by the way, my next turn. You're in check.
I'm gonna say that we can veto the nuke on the king for the sake of just not.
The king's always wearing a hazmat suit and a bulletproof vest.
The king has a deployable desk to hide under, and so he's immune.
The king's immune.
Yeah, he has a bunker.
The king has a portable bunker that protects him from specifically nukes.
Man, I wish I had a portable bunker.
You're a fool. You get nothing.
I'm also gonna say that the scientist himself can't take out anybody unless you want to say that he has omnidirectional pawn movement, so he can only move one space, and anything in that one space can be taken out. But I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe that's where the gun comes in. I don't know.
See, I'm not the biggest fan of this piece so far. I'm just a stationary piece that you just like, oh yeah, you're gonna forget about it. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, this piece.
Keep it on there for a future if we have some brain.
Because
blast.
The other issue is how do you keep track of how many turns? Like, because then you're like, oh, this is turn 3, by the way. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I should go deal with him. Yeah, oh, this is turn 15. When you're really thinking hard into the chess. Plus, with board expansion and stuff, it's gonna be. I don't know I don't know how well it would test. We could definitely put it in and see how it goes.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we can repurpose the nuke as an event.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we'll keep them on the list. So if we
a nuke has went off in Lego City.
All right, this is the shop piece that I drew.
Okay.
Now we're getting to the pieces. Well, I guess we already started where I just came up with a fun idea, but don't have any idea of how they function. This is the robot. I don't know what he would do.
Oh, here's back to the scientist instantly idea. He can if he holds long enough, he turns into the robot and basically becomes like a cybernetic queen.
Oh, that's a cool idea. It kind of like an inverse pawn where you have to stay still for long enough. That's a fun idea. The robot is like a mech suit for the
Just throwing ideas out there. Doesn't have to be this robot.
Yep.
Like
no bad ideas except for Jack's ideas.
Sorry, Jack.
This is the concept for a miner.
Whoa!
This looked like a mummy to me instantly. I don't. What's
Well, it can be a mummy. I don't care. The idea is this guy digs. I don't know how that.
Oh, I see.
It's like the Clash of Clans miner.
He can revive somebody from the dead zone.
Ooh, true.
No, yeah, sure. The only piece I could just move over to the dead zone if you wanted it to.
He can. Well,
he's digging up their grave.
I was imagining he can go into the dead zone, robber. And then if he takes the piece from he can take the piece from the dead zone and it comes onto the board where he left off.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun. I like that. Yeah.
So he's the grave digger. Is that what we're calling him?
The Undertaker.
Undertaker. Ooh.
That could be the sister piece to the Necromancer. This is another piece concept. I called it the Hero. You can repurpose this as one of the other ones. I think Max had one which could be a similar concept to this. I don't know. I don't have an idea for what the hero could be. I don't. Maybe it could be an event where like it chooses one random square and a piece who picks up the hero's sword becomes a hero, which is basically another queen.
So, yeah, instant promoted to queen could work.
Yeah.
I think the events will definitely need to be kind of like I don't know if you guys played Dominion, the card game, but they're actually called events in that as well, and you kind of choose to have or not have, and then which to have when you.
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah, at the start.
You ban one and then accept two or something.
Yeah, however the events end up, it would probably be something where you basically use them to kind of add some spice to the game, but you have to like pre-select them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would get way too complicated.
We're gonna play with nuke rules.
Like, we're gonna play chess 2 with nuke, or we're gonna play chess 2 with hero event.
I play chess 2 with Fallout hero.
Chess 2 with C4.
I play C4. I play, what's it called? What? Oh, slappers. What's slappers again? That's like an 80s reference. I can't remember it. It was in Ready Player One, and I'm forgetting it.
And of course, if you can't decide, there is always the option of the wheel, which has all the events on the table, but you have to spin.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Halo, like all skulls on legendary mode. That's my chess too.
Where you select all the secret seeds at once.
Oh gosh.
All right. Well, that's all the funny pieces that I've got. I did have another idea for like a backgammon piece where like or like let me draw it out on the grid here. So like say you got like a rook here and your opponent has a pawn here. Well, you move your backgammon guy here, and this pawn turns into a white pawn because there's two of your own pieces surrounding it.
Is that backgammon or reversey? Or are those
reversey? Yeah, it's reversey. I get the two mixed up. And of course,
that would be crazy.
There's the other funny one where like you got your pawn, and you got your rook here, and you got your And you got your queen here. This is another cool piece. I call it checkers. Where if he's here, he jumps over this guy, he's dead. Jumps over this guy. He's dead. Jumps over this guy, he's dead. No, just the idea of these two board game pieces got lost and wound up.
It's like the Easter egg characters from previous board games.
Yeah.
This isn't the game.
And this is my favorite guy. He's called Chinese Checkers.
They're all circles. They're all the same piece. It's like, okay, so the backgammon or the reversey piece, the checkers piece, and
here's backgammon. Here's sorry. Here's trouble.
Whoa.
This guy over here is called life.
Oh man.
Of course, how could we forget my favorite board game mascot? Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, that's what I was thinking. It's a square. Oh my gosh.
And here comes the risk pieces.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
Do we want to start tallying it up?
Oh, I know. I've got more mechanics. I've got so many more mechanics.
Oh, you got more mechanics?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't got any mechanics. I just thought of fun pieces. Well, I guess
I gotta get going soon.
I guess the shop and the events could be mechanics.
Oh my gosh. Okay, can I speed through my mechanics here?
Yes.
I had an idea for an additional move for regular old pawn called the Battalion Boost, where he can now jump over friendly pieces, but cannot. It has to be onto an empty square. Can't take pieces, but this just gives an extra move set.
Yeah, a little bit of a hopscotch technique.
I had an idea for the king, calling the move the Holy Sacrifice. The king can take one of his own pieces when he is in check. And then I had some promotion rules. An idea for if a knight promoted, because nobody really talks about the knights. If a knight goes onto a promotion square, he now becomes the Dark Knight and has the abilities of a rook and knight combined.
Ooh.
I just call that the Dark Knight. I think, let's see, was that actually my last one?
Morty.
I thought I had more, but that actually might be my last one because I basically scrapped all my tile moving pieces and ideas. So it's actually just those three. So there's my speed round.
I just had too many good ideas.
Jack, do you have any more amazing ideas that we'll all love and keep in our amazing game of Chess 2?
No, not really. Some of the other ones were almost identical to some of your guys'. So no.
Yeah, it was a bummer. Cameron had some heaters out here. I still really love the wall.
Yeah, the wall and the stop sign are probably my favorites.
Yeah, stop sign ended up working really well with Jack's piece.
Yeah,
the torturer.
I didn't even think Jack had a piece like that. I didn't even consider the torturer as a possibility. That was just how my stop sign was already going to function, except it forces them to stay instead of move.
I still thought it was funny that Cameron and I we did opposites for the archer and crossbowman.
Though I gotta wonder what happens when you have a stop sign and torturer right next to each other.
Well, the stop sign would have to move.
No, I mean like they're both like sandwiched.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I think stop sign would take effect because I feel like the piece wouldn't be able to move, so then the torturer could gobble them up.
Yeah. Would that be like
A black hole is created.
The piece really goes to the dead zone.
Making it a skip turn situation would not be.
Event, you skip a turn.
Alrighty, I do have the tally completed if we want to finish.
Yeah.
Sure thing, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I will go through the tallies and then also quick what people got points for. So Jack, sorry to say, you were in last place. You have 7 points. You got points for mentioning Gulag chess that takes 20 hours.
Oh, Gulag.
I got a chuckle out of that because it was just reinventing the dead zone, and so I gave that a funny point.
So funny.
And because Gulag chess, and that got us into a good rant about the dead zone, and so it was constructive. Capture the flag event idea. I gave a star to the rolling 2 dice to get a tile location because that will probably inform a lot of how the events work.
I'd imagine.
So you got a star idea for that as one of the most important ideas. The Torturer, I really liked the Torturer.
The Torturer
twins are really cool and basically is the moat, a better moat. The Revolt is a really cool mechanic as well. And then just overall, you got a comedy point for always coming in clutch.
No bad ideas.
Everyone ended up. It did end up being natural. Everyone got a bonus point for something, so there's no.
There was no bad ideas, but there were terrible ideas, and we did not accept terrible.
There were some insane ideas. All right,
hey, I got horrible ideas. If you want to hear those.
Oh no, maybe next time. Maybe for chess 3. Yeah, and you end each game by flipping the board in frustration of losing.
Whoever flips it harder wins.
It's like a wishbone.
Riley, you are at 9 points, so really not that far.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
It was pretty close. You got points for. You got 3 points for the Battalion Boost, Holy Sacrifice, and Knight Promotion. So right at the end there, 9. You actually would have been last place without.
Oh my gosh!
Speed run. So, Jack, you were not last by much. Riley eked ahead at the last moment with those 3. You got a bonus point for just general assists, expanding on ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, baby. The ideas, man.
Dead Zone, tied in with the Gulag. You got a point for that.
Oh, gosh.
You gave a purpose to my digger, my Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
That's true. You also mentioned rolling dice. You actually mentioned rolling dice, and then Jack mentioned using 2 dice. So you got a point in general for bringing up dice and for bringing up random promotion zones. Monarch's Ascension got you a point. The Legionnaire got you a point, and then the Catapult got a star. I really like that piece.
I really like the Catapult. I was so proud of myself about Catapult.
Such a good piece. And then Cameron. Cameron is the winner with 13 points.
With 35 points.
322 points.
He said chair so many times.
300 stars.
300. You got a point for expanded boards with different modes, because that'll kind of be, again, the base that events build off of. RNG wheel events kind of also ended up turning into events. That was one of the earlier points that was given. The C4 bomb minesweeper idea, essentially, that piece. Roguelike chests with the shop. That got you a point. The Jester, the Wall, the Archer, the Necromancer, Stop Sign, the Immortal, the Scientist / Alchemist / Nuke, the Miner / Undertaker, and then a bonus point for visual aids.
Yeah, the visual aids were definitely helpful. I'm glad the podcast will not see that because you just have to imagine it in your mind and then write that on your square.
You use like AI.
No.
Well, I guess we're at the end of the episode. I have been considering drawing a graphic for how the podcast will look going forward instead of our 6 faces bobbing.
Oh, we have a layout design? Design change for 101?
I got a concept, okay? So here it is. We got the table, yeah, and we got the boys.
Okay.
Here. So we got
Okay.
us 6 around the table doing whatever things. We'd have our poses change when we're talking, whatever, blah blah blah. And then we have a TV behind us or something. And this is where we could put the audio visualizer, or it could be like where we display the images. It could be where the visual aids are shown.
That is sounding like a lot of actually, like we're saying we're gonna have visual aids.
I'm just shooting ideas, Riley.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. You
Didn't
know,
get any points for those though. You should have pitched him sooner.
well, he's already won, man.
True.
He's
dead.
Man,
yeah, I can
that's the
definitely see some ideas here. There's 2 frames of animation you get, Cameron. You get still and talking mode. So
yeah, I know.
So
So you're saying that we wouldn't be able to have each of us has a speaking and not speaking version of us drawn, and then it dynamically changes which one of those icons that you
no,
see.
that would work. That's your
really?
2 animations, like your 2 frames. Because if you're seeing it, it's your gray box right now, right? And then when you talk, you're not a gray box. That was my 2 frames of animation that I wanted to do. Grayscale and not grayscale.
That's what I was thinking. 1 frame would be the stationary pose.
It'll look just like that.
I know. Hands are clasped together. And then you got the 2nd frame, which is like the talking. So he's like, the arms here is like, yeah.
and then when they're not here, what we have a different frame for that.
Yeah, not here. There's just an item in their place. So like we got like a
rip
there.
There's just a disconnect. Just a disconnect like logo over it. It's like, oh, he's disconnected, man. Okay, yeah, we can definitely shell something out, Cameron.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So you're going to be retroactively editing that into the last 50 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I not the last 50. Yeah. I've got 3 in the queue that I was going to edit this weekend. I think 97 to 100 is what I was going to edit.
Of course, we got all this table space.
Yeah, what's going to go in the table space? The number?
It could be whatever. No, Riley could retroactively throw something there that fits with the
title of the podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're talking so much excitement on Riley's editing. It's gonna man. What a want going forward. It's gonna be amazing. There's gonna be chess pieces laying all about. It's gonna show our whole chess tube off. It's gonna have the chess tube board.
Come to a store near you.
There's gonna be so much on this table. See, now that's the idea. Going forward, we add one new little object to the table.
That is true.
So the first 101 will have the one chess piece on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's the idea. So Cameron, what's our topic for next time as winner of episode 101?
Man, I had an idea like last week that I forgot.
That's why I always write them down in my handy dandy phone.
I should do that, shouldn't I? I'm trying to think. No, I remembered it. Okay. We are going to make life-changing technology next time.
Oh, life-changing.
Curing cancer, folks. You heard it here first.
Well, would that be life-changing, Max? That's... Yes, the answer is yes.
Life-saving. Life-changing, not life-saving.
We are creating technologies that'll change the paradigm of life and the universe as we know it. So that's the idea.
Whoa, the paradigm shift?
A super phone that you get double addicted to.
A super what?
A super phone.
Oh, the iPhone. I got you.
You get twice as addicted to a normal smartphone.
The double
don't spend
iPhone.
Your idea. Don't spend all your ideas yet. All
It's
right?
patent pending. Patent pending. You can't take it. It's patent pending.
No.
It's already been filed. Patent pending. It's filed.
It's the
Filed away.
e-phone.
ChatGPT filed it for me right now.
Okay, well, we'll find out what is going to be life-saving next time on the podcast. So, thank you all for listening, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye.